It is literally impossible to defeat the Holy Grail without having a teammate get rid of the veins on top of its head for Will of the People. In fact, I've even tested this with some incredibly overpowered personas. You actually can out-damage Will of the People, but the game implements plot armor onto the Holy Grail, where even if you were to do 1,000,000 damage in a single hit, it would always survive with 1 HP, because the game requires you to have someone cut the veins off the Holy Grail in order for you to defeat it, or it will constantly heal itself. And again, I've tested this just to be 100%. You cannot defeat the Holy Grail without having someone do that. That was also partly why I did not stream that fight. The fight actually was fairly not challenging, but it wasn't as much of a joke as the other fight I was forced to bring someone along with, the boss fight at Nijima's. It wasn't like a joke like that, but it was not as trivial and kind of stupid as that fight. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because you go right from the Holy Grail boss fight into fighting Yaldabaoth here. And that means that you technically cannot solo Yaldabaoth in that sense, because you're constantly bringing someone with you due to the fact that you don't have the opportunity to take them out of your party in between the Holy Grail fight and here. So, unless the game is going to force other teammates onto me like it did for the Shido boss fight, I will have one teammate along with me who will do nothing but spam guard. Hopefully Yaldabaoth will be able to kill them off soon enough where, it ends up not being a problem, but of course Futaba makes doing that a little bit annoying, popping passive heals and protecting them all the time. On that note, this will otherwise be a solo. I actually don't know if 2 other teammates are being forced on me for this fight, but I can only hope it's just the one I needed for the Holy Grail fight. Other than that, let's go ahead and give soloing this guy a shot. The strategy is pretty straightforward, just going to be alternating in between Abaddon and Satanael pretty much for the whole fight. And so, here we go. Not sure if I'll be forced to take 3 others along with me or just the one. We're going to find out in a minute. And nope, just the one. And Makoto's actually at 1 HP, so he should be able to kill her off pretty quickly. That's rather fortuitous. Yaldabaoth hits like an absolute truck. And Futaba's going to go ahead and heal Makoto, which is going to make it a little more annoying getting her out of the picture. But hopefully that will eventually happen at some point. So we're going to try to just ignore that and hope it works itself out. Good old Yaldi here hits like an absolute truck. Fortunately, I have insta-heal on Satanael, which will protect myself from particularly nasty status effects. Unlike most bosses in this game, Yaldabaoth doesn't actually predominantly... He has powers which do use Almighty, but as you just saw, I resisted his gun-based attack because, well, it's a gun-based attack and I had Satanael out. Arrow of Light is an Almighty attack. I won't be able to do anything to mitigate that apart from boost my own defense. Futaba will probably step in and give us a heal in just a minute, which is a little annoying, but what can I do about that? Oh, we actually take out the gun in a single hit. I was not actually expecting to be able to do that.
Another one. He's doing it.
Here comes the healing for Makoto, which will keep her in the fight longer.
Queen's in danger.
I'm tempted to switch to Satanile for President's Insight, but having the ability to null almost all of Yaldabaoth's powers is equally tempting at the expense of some more SP.
Queen, your defense has been lowered.
We'll wipe out the bell big time.
A sword this time. Another. He may keep. A surge of gluttony. Persona summoning might take forever.
We're actually going to take the moment to go ahead and pop a soul food on myself, because using any power whatsoever is going to cost tons of SP. Baden coming in the clutch there. And again, Futaba will make killing off Makoto a lot more annoying. Honestly, I've been holding off on using Salvation on myself because, that would heal Makoto as well. But I think moving forward, I'm just going to accept the fact that Makoto is apparently going to be invulnerable, and I'll just bite the bullet and use Salvation when I need to. It is what it is. The damage is mostly negligible. And he heals it right back with his wind cutter. God, I love Abaddon. I'll be taking that gun out next turn anyway, so that's not a big deal. Hey, there we go. Okay. Time enough at last. Jesus, it took him like 10 minutes to kill off somebody who wasn't doing anything back to him. Ugh. Alright.
I release upon you the deadly sin of wrath. You have no means of escape, humans. The passion of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
This one has a book.
I sentence you.
This one is going... Thanks to Saturnile, this one's effect is mostly negligible. I'm pretty sure my Heat Riser was going to wear off next turn anyway. Oh, Wrath of God, if I do... I believe the book has like some counter-based power of some sort, so hopefully I can get him to pop that out when I'm about to boost myself anyway.
All right.
Here it comes. How dare you?
Joker, just at the last
I
second.
sentence you.
Alright, we're going to probably take out the book here. Do some hefty damage to Yaldi himself. Yep, that will easily remove the book. But he's going to pull back out the gun.
I release upon you the deadly sin of greed. You have no means of escape. The fixation of mankind shall bring forth ruin. This is your punishment.
Does some good damage. We're going to heal up with Salvation.
This is your punishment. Death shall grasp you.
Persona.
So we should be able to take out his little tools on the side with this. And we can. Okay, they're no longer much of an issue. Now he's just going to bring back his bell.
I release upon you the deadly sin of envy. You have no means of escape, human. The resentment of mankind shall bring forth ruin. Death shall grasp you.
Jealousy's not going to do a whole lot thanks to Saturnile's insta-heal. So we're going to get rid of that bell once again. Doing some damage to Yaldi himself in the process. It's doing some good damage. So while he doesn't have anything out, we're going to bring back a Batten, Heat Riser, and myself. Heat Riser is not only functioning as a way of boosting my own offenses, but also my defenses. And, of course, there's the nifty agility boost you just saw come into play there that allowed me to dodge that attack. I'm going to Salvation up again. 514's a little low for my liking.
Let's go.
Here it comes.
Super move. Ultra charge.
Persona. There.
Should do some good damage right there. It is effectively being tripled. It's going to do almost 2,000 points of total damage.
The abyss of the unconscious yearns for ultimate ruin. You have no means of escape. Punishment shall strike you all as you pass through the gates of destruction.
This is one real bastard of an attack.
Some kind of insane attack. The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Not sure if I can take out those. Should be able to take those out in 2 uses of this attack, and I don't believe he uses it immediately. Oh, we're not going to be able to take that out in 2 uses of the attack.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Return to dust.
That's going to do a good bit of damage, but it should be able to survive that because I put up a guard, and oh my, that would have definitely killed me if I did not guard it. Gonna patch ourselves up with salvation there, and it's not a terribly big deal. Skill cost is being doubled, but we're still going to want a salvation up anyway, even at the hefty cost that it's going to incur. Because that needed a whole lot of damage in that one little phase. The fact that these attacks are not almighty is probably the only thing stopping him from one-phasing me. Ooh, here comes this again.
It's armor. You might. I'll do something about this. The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Persona! Ravage them!
Gonna get in a hit here. That's not gonna be enough to take out any of his tools, I don't believe.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
This is not going to be enough to kill me because I did put up guard, but it's going to, even with guard, that's going to do like around half my health. We're gonna salvation up. That arrow of light is really kicking my ass. Thankfully, Satanile resists literally everything except for Almighty, and that crit is probably going to result in a death. So Yaldabaoth is going to win this round off of cheesing with a crit. It turns out Wind Cutter is not an elemental attack, it is a physical one. And so we will be back for another round on next stream. Or rather, better yet, we'll go ahead and I do remember in vanilla Persona 5, if you lost in a boss battle, you had to go back 7 days, or you had to go back to your last safe zone. So in Persona 5 Royal, in Merciless mode, it will let you restart the fight. So we'll simply go ahead and start it over from scratch, where hopefully Yaldabaoth won't get any cheese. He does a lot of damage when he has all of his tools with him.
Queen's in trouble. It looks bad. Queen's in danger.
Persona! Satanaya! You're mine.
One more and I'm done for.
I release. You have no means of escape the insanity of mankind.
It grew an arm?
This is your punishment.
What is this attack? Don't let your guard down and... Support's on the way!
We're actually going to go ahead and pop a soul food here on myself. Ending the fight against the Holy Grail without a persona that had victory cries when it ended up really kicking my ass in this one. You know, thought I just had, is it a solo if Yaldabaoth uses a would-be kill move on Joker, but like Futaba does what she just did for Makoto and blocks it.
All right.
More and I'm done for.
Here it comes. This is your punishment.
Queen's in danger.
Come. Go down.
More and I'm done for.
I release upon you. You have no means of escape. The fraudulence of mankind.
Enough.
Death shall grasp you.
He's doing.
Persona. There.
I get rid of the gun here with this attack.
Here it comes.
Joker, just at the last second.
Death shall grasp you.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, holding out on using Salvation because it heals Makoto is a little bit pointless because it's just going to end up in me not using a tool that's perfectly reasonable on myself to keep myself alive, so hopefully he can kill Makoto off at some point during the fight. In the meantime, I'll just simply stand here spamming guard with Makoto until he does.
Death shall grasp you.
Super move. Ultra charge. Joker, your defense is decreased.
God, if I have to listen to Futaba do this for the next half hour, I'm turning off the fucking stream. Ugh. Probably one of my least favorite parts about this game between Futaba and Morgana.
Death shall grasp you.
Queen, your defense has been lowered.
We're gonna just patch up my defense here with a Heat Riser use.
Here it comes.
He's getting there. But at the same time, he's whittling down my Joker, and I'll have to more than likely pop a Salvation at some point. In fact, we're actually going to go ahead and do that right now. 531's a little low for comfort. Fun fact for those that weren't aware, Yaldabaoth's various affinities, with the exception of hunger, can't actually be removed by Salvation, despite the fact that one of Salvation's functions is specifically to remove affinities. You know, it's useless if you do, rather useful to know if you do go into this fight hoping to use that move for like a team healing move or something.
I release upon you the deadly sin of gluttony. You have no means of escape, humans. The selfishness of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
A sword this.
I condemn you.
Enough, he may keep. Gluttony! Watch out when you use your personas!
I got it.
Here it comes. I condemn you.
Well, I won't have to. I won't have to use Salvation if he keeps using Sword of Judgment on me when I have a Baton out. Or that, for that matter. See, the title Wind Cutter had me thinking it was like some wind elemental attack.
Horse on the way!
Literally just using a power for the sole purpose of healing Makoto. Eh.
There.
That is my punishment of standing here and letting him heal me. That works just fine for me. Actually. Thank you. Thank you. That is quite the punishment.
Let's go. Satanaya! Ravage them!
He's gonna get rid of both of his tools in one fell swoop right there.
I release upon you the deadly sin of wrath. You have no means of escape, humans. The passion of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
This one has a book.
I sentence you.
Persona! Abandon! Alright.
I release upon you the deadly sin of greed. You have no means of escape, humans. The fixation of mankind shall bring forth ruin. This is your punishment.
Joker's hungry. He's powered down. This might sting.
Jesus Christ. Wish he would have used the attack on Joker.
We've been taken out.
Hey, there we go.
It's time.
Thanks, Yaldi.
You're mine.
We'll take out his tools again. But he brings back the fucking bell. That's annoying.
You have no the reason. Death shall grasp you.
Jealousy's not going to do shit to me when I have Satanile out, fortunately. So we're just going to salvation ourselves back up to good health.
Death shall grasp you.
Persona! Abandon!
Here it comes. Death shall grasp you.
Persona! There.
Death shall grasp you.
Jealousy is going to be a minor pain in the ass while I don't have Satanile out.
Satanaya! Alright.
But it's not going to be a huge deal because it won't prevent me from using salvation and it will be gone on the next turn.
Death shall grasp you.
Persona! Go down!
We're going to get rid of that bell here. That will probably prompt him to bring back one of his other tools. Apparently not this turn here. We're going to heal up with salvation. Now he's bringing back the cheesy sword. I'll have to bring back out Abaddon after this turn.
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second. I'll do something about this.
Persona! Abandon!
The gun and the sword don't scare me at all, period, while I have a Batten out, as of course a Batten is immune to their only form of actually trying to hurt me. It would be doing solid damage otherwise. The bell and the book are really annoying, though. Please, keep punishing me by healing me. We're going to put back up Heat Riser to get back that defense. And he's going to promptly take those away. And then flail at me with his useless attacks otherwise. Those would be doing some pretty annoying damage otherwise. So we're going to try to pop a soul food here, and we'll be successful. Come to think of it, I don't actually know if jealousy does anything to me if I don't have any teammates with me. I know it functions like being brainwashed, but if I don't have any teammates with me to hit, I'm not sure that matters. That will probably heal me. Thank you. I didn't know he could use that attack.
All right.
That will promptly heal me back. Thank you very much. Oh, and he will go ahead and bring me right back to full. Thank you. And then he'll take me back down from full to something else. Oh, never mind. He will not. He heals me with 3 of his attacks and misses with the only attack actually capable of doing damage. Good job, Yaldi. We're going to take away a few of his tools with this attack here. Actually going to take away all of his tools with that one. He brings back the book.
I release upon you the deadly sin of pride. You have no means of escape, humans. The ingratitude of mankind shall bring forth ruin. I sentence you.
How about that?
Or you'll get countered instantly.
Well, I will not attack then. Thanks for the heads up, Futaba. It's cool how that works out. I was going to boost with something anyway, so he ends up mostly just wasting a turn by doing that.
Joker, just
Huh.
like the last time.
As it turns out, when he can't cheese me, he can't really do much. Oh, then... Okay, so Drain Electric doesn't exist in this game, so I couldn't give a Batten Drain Electric. It had to be Repel Electric, and, well, as you can see, that comes in handy just then. And he's just going to do nothing. Apparently not a very adaptive AI.
Sona. All right.
We'll put back up Heat Riser. Have plenty of SP to spare to do that with.
Joker, just at the last super move.
So I'm not really going to be able to do much this turn. I don't want him countering me, and I believe I've boosted as much as I can, so I'm actually just going to hang out and guard. The Arrow Light's going to do less damage as a result, so it's not like it achieved nothing. And then he's going to promptly heal me right back. What a swell guy. How nice of him.
Satanaya. Go down.
That will take out his book, and now we get Super Saiyan mode.
The abyss of the unconscious yearns for ultimate ruin. You have no means of escape. Punishment shall strike you all as you pass through the gates of destruction.
Some kind of insane attack's coming. charging. It's going to be a big one.
It's time. I've got it.
We're gonna pop up our defense. I don't believe I can one-shot him from his current health with without a heat riser that I didn't have to begin with. So I'm just gonna play it defensively here. It's gonna do a healthy chunk of damage, but it shouldn't quite do half. No, it will not do quite half. Okay.
Persona! Satanoia!
I should be able to take out his tools with this attack. And not quite gonna be able to do that.
Joker, are you
And hunger's not gonna really matter a whole lot. That's going to be resisted.
supports on the way?
Oh, how nice of you, Futaba.
Persona!
We're gonna go back to Abaddon. I'd like to put back up that defense buff. And while I have Abaddon up, his sword and gun are incapable of doing anything to me. In fact, they will heal me if they try to do anything, I believe. That will heal me a bit. Thank you. That will, I believe, buff his defense. It will, yes. We'll buff the defense of all his tools as well. That, I believe, will prep him up to counter. That's perfectly fine. I'm not planning to attack.
Correct.
I'll put it back up my defense buff here. Ooh, here comes Super Saiyan mode.
It's on. You might. The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
I'm not. I have one turn to attack his tools and Yaldi himself. I don't think this will quite kill his tools. It will not. Okay, that's fine.
It's charging. It's going to be a big one.
I'm just checking to see. I do have a heat riser up, so this is not going to kill me if I guard. No, it won't come particularly close.
Let's go.
We're gonna salvation myself. If that doesn't crit, then I will be just fine, and it will crit, and that will more than likely end the fight. And yep, he gets his cheese for his second fight in a row, and he's going to win that fight there. Alright, we'll go ahead and give it one more go. It's just about having Abaddon out and being in good health at the same time, because I did not give Abaddon salvation.
But we're all together. We can win.
I've got it. All right.
Queen's in trouble. It looks bad.
We can beat this. Let's go.
So I'm going to just salvation myself up. 431's a little low for my liking, and fortunately that will end up healing Makoto, but nothing I can do about that at this point. It's more of an issue of RNG with him going after Makoto than anything else.
Ravage them.
Ends up doing some good damage.
I release upon you the deadly sin of lust. You have no means of escape the insanity of mankind.
It grew an arm?
This is your punishment.
What is this attack? Don't let your guard down and...
Come. I got it.
Here it comes. This is your punishment. Lower your guns.
All right.
Here it comes.
Joker, just at the last second.
This is your punishment.
Queen's in danger.
Persona.
I believe I still have my hero. I do, yes.
Satanaya. There.
That will definitely take out his gun.
Stop, you fools.
More, and I'm done for.
I release upon you the deadly sin of vanity. You have no means of escape. The fraudulence of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
Another one.
Death shall grasp you.
He's doing a different attack.
Persona. I got it. There.
Thanks, Joker. Just at the last second.
Death shall grasp you.
Persona. Satanaya. Go down.
Thanks, Joker. Just at the last second.
Death shall grasp you.
What?
Queen, your defense has been lowered. More, and I'm done for. Thanks, Joker. Just at the last second.
Death shall grasp you.
Queen's in danger.
Persona. I got it. All right.
Queen's in trouble. It looks bad.
Here it comes.
Thanks, Joker. Just at the last second.
Death shall grasp you.
Persona. Satanaya. You're mine.
Stop, you fools.
Queen, your defense has been lowered.
I release upon you the deadly sin of gluttony. You have no means of escape, humans. The selfishness of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
A sword this time.
I condemn you.
So it's been a massive pain in my ass.
Another one? He may keep switching up his moves. Support's on the way! Gluttony! Watch out when you use your personas!
I got it.
I release upon you the deadly sin of wrath. You have no means of escape, humans. The passion of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
This one has a book!
I sentence you.
Persona. Satanaya. There.
Does a lot of damage.
Queen's in danger.
Definitely gonna have to heal myself at this point at 427 HP.
I appreciate it.
Persona!
Listen, Joker's on the ground. Can anyone do one of those real intense attacks?
Would like to know what Futaba means by real intense attack.
Okay, time for a comeback.
I'm gonna survive all of that clusterfuck though as he tries to cheese me yet again.
All right, Queen.
Let's go. About it! Alright.
I kind of wish Futaba let that attack hit me, as it would have
Queen's in danger.
healed me.
Support's on the way.
Persona! Alright.
Queen's in danger. All right, Queen.
I'm gonna take the turn to pop a soul food.
Thanks, Joker. Just at the last second. Queen's been taken out.
Alright, that will get rid of Makoto.
Persona!
Should be enough to take out his tools. Or at least the gun and probably the book. And it will take out all of them.
I release upon you the deadly sin of greed. You have no means of escape, humans. The fixation of mankind shall bring forth ruin. This is your punishment.
Persona!
This is your punishment. Death shall bless you.
last second.
That will heal me.
Persona! Satanoia! You're mine.
We'll take out his gun and bell, no doubt.
I release upon you have no the resentment of mankind. Death shall grasp you.
Persona! I've got it! Alright.
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second.
Persona! Alright. Let's go. Satanoia!
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second. Super move. Ultra charge!
Persona! There!
I release upon you the deadly sin of pride. You have no means of escape, human. The ingratitude of mankind shall bring forth ruin. I sentence you.
If you attack now, you'll be countered. Be careful.
I've got it! There.
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second.
Persona! Alright.
Nice, Joker. Just at the last second.
Thank you.
Persona! Satanoia! Go down!
The abyss of the unconscious, you have no means of escape. Punishment shall strike you all as you pass through the gates of destruction.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
I've got it!
I'll do something about this. The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Return to dust.
Let's go. There.
Joker, are you alright?
That will heal me. Thank you. That will also heal me.
Persona!
So we're going to go ahead and pop a Soma here. I'm thinking I should switch to Lucifer to avoid the chance of getting cheesed. Lucifer is outright immune to physical and gun, which would remove the chance of getting cheesed, whereas Satanile only resists those attacks. So I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. Don't let me down, Lucifer.
You're mine.
Here goes.
It's all. You might want to. The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big
Okay.
one.
All right.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
There is no escaping divine punishment.
Persona. There.
Here it comes. I condemn you. This is your punishment. Death shall grasp you.
Joker, are you alright? Gluttony, watch out when you use your personas.
We're going to go ahead and pop another Soma.
I condemn you. This is your punishment. Death shall grasp you. I sentence you.
I wasn't planning on attacking anyway.
If you attack now, you'll be countered. Be careful.
All right.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big
I'm actually going to get the chance to pull out Satanile for an attack. Should do some good damage to his tools and Yaldi himself. That's actually going to take out all of his tools, I believe. No, that won't cancel Divine Apex, unfortunately.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
There is no escaping divine punishment.
This doesn't even do that much. I wonder if it's the damage it does is based on how many tools he happens to have out.
I sentence you.
That will heal me. So he doesn't have his sword out, so it is safe to go Satanile. That will definitely take out his book. And that will do it. That will do it.
So, this
I believe.
that resists ruin.
Not sure if this fight changes mechanically coming over from vanilla P5 or not.
Did we do it? No, not.
My control shall not bow down to ruin. My control is the ultimate truth of this world.
And I believe that will do it. Yeah, this is just the cutscene part where the team quote-unquote loses to him anyway, even though we actually beat him. And yeah, that will trigger this cutscene, and we're gonna go through the dramatics of, you know, how it kind of looks like we are losing, even though my teammates didn't, for the most part, do anything. Makoto meat shielded, but the others just sat on their lofty asses and watched me beat up the God of Control single-handedly. So we'll go ahead and play through the flavor, because I do know how this ends, and I'll just play that off.
Here.
What the hell? Do something,
damn it! Please, you have to calm down, sir.
The number you are trying to call is not reachable.
It's no use. Huh?
Yeah, so I did win the fight. This is the like after scene stuff, just a bunch of like flavor where they make out the fight to be more than it actually is in a way. The only one who did all the fighting is the one to end up getting back up first. Yeah, we're saving the world. Woohoo! And this, considering the fight that I just went through, this is going to be the funniest scene. Where, like, I basically spent all fight long doing the majority of my damage with Satanile, and we're making a big deal that, gee, I summoned Satanile here. After Arsene evolves into Satanile. I guess if you've never played P5, that was a bit of a spoiler, but then again, if you didn't get to this point in P5, you should have expected a spoiler anyway.
No matter how many prayers of those foolish masses come together.
What the?
It's one of my favorite scenes in the game. Why isn't this version of Satanile playable? I mean, technically he's playable right now, but, like, playable in general.
Immense power.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. What is that? Is that the Phantom Thieves doing too? That's totally amazing. Keep it up, Phantom Thieves!
And we're strangely going to have Ryuji and Morgana join back in.
This is what matters too.
And Satanile is somehow totally immune to this attack, which is almighty. Can we get that defensive utility when we use Satanile, please? Please, Atlas?
Nice. What better way is there? Joker?
Pillage him. Satanile!
Why isn't Sinful Shield playable?
Be gone.
You know, it just seems like it's Satanile's, like, signature move here.
What power? It surpasses mine own. A god born from the will. wish of the masses. So this is the true trickster. Damn that Igor. It seems he wasn't spouting nonsense.
Look!
Ain't that a treasure? Right,
And
Mom?
yeah, there's going to be some pretty serious spoilers coming up after these couple of dialogue lines, so I'm actually going to cut the broadcast off at here. This was definitely the most interesting fight that I've had on this whole run, and it makes me glad that I ended up undertaking it, as it didn't end up being a total joke in the end. The game didn't force teammates on me at any point, and it kind of just let me do my thing, which I was very appreciative of. You know, like how the Holy Grail is mechanically structured so you literally can't solo it, along with the fight at Nijima's palace. But Yaldabaoth, you can go in solo all you'd like. You just better have a pretty damn good arsenal of personas there with you. But yeah, I'm gonna give the actual final boss a shot. My next broadcast won't be for quite some time, as you can't use the PS4 streamer on that part. Atlas did block it off. I have a capture card coming in the mail soon, at which point I will film myself trying to solo that fight. And that will probably be a good bit of time. I've been doing a video every day. There will almost definitely not be a video going up tomorrow, or at least I would imagine within the coming week. But if you have been watching these videos, I appreciate the support. Thank you.